Hey everybody, what's going on? Chris Stewart from Buns N' Roses Baking Company here with this week's Interruption, where we interrupt the way we normally think so we can erupt into the lives we want and we truly desire. Well, it's good to see everybody this weekend. I'm rocking my Orange County punk rock look. It's kind of what we're going to talk about today, kind of where it all started out. But really what we're going to focus on today is going to be on humility and on healing. Ooh, that sounds very spiritual, doesn't it? Anyway, the thing that I want to really talk about today is healing, and how each one of us has that ability to heal other people, and through that process, when we heal other people, we actually learn to heal ourselves. And I'm not sure what the psychology is around that, but I do know that when you help somebody else, it helps you more. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm glad that I know that at least that does work. A lot of people are healers, and give you an idea, like 50 Cent, I think he's probably a healer, or Curtis Jackson, as he's known to his mom. You're not necessarily in the way that you would think, like, 50 Cent, that guy's not a healer, he's just a rap guy. But you know what, he talks about stories that have happened to him, or things that maybe have happened in his community, and he shares that, and by sharing that, some kid somewhere sitting on a bus or hanging out with his friends or whatever, hears that and identifies that somebody else knows what he's going through, and that might inspire that kid or that adult or whoever is going through that to become a better person, because they know that somebody else is actually going through what they've gone through. Now, the second part of healing is humility, and that would be more along the lines of probably people you would consider to be healers, right? So like your Dalai Lamas and your Mother Teresas and the Pope, and people like that who are kind of very spiritual and very humble and don't care anything really about the way that they look to other people, necessarily like in physical appearance, or how many accomplishments they have, or what kind of possessions that they possess. They really just care truly about helping people. And obviously they've been given that gift because they've been able to heal millions of people. And so the whole thing here to wrap this up today is, like for me, I know that I'm a healer. I'm a healer and a prophet. These are gifts that I've been given from God that, for a long time, I didn't either recognize or I didn't want to embrace because I felt like I didn't have anything to offer other people. And now, through all the challenges that I've gone through in my life, same challenges everybody else has gone through, right? Like failed relationships, careers that didn't work out. For me, alcoholism and drug abuse were a big part of it, homelessness, all these things. And now through my humility, which is something I still have to work on every day, I don't consider to be the most humble man ever, but I try and really work on it on a daily basis, because when I share those struggles that I've gone through and say, hey, listen, I don't always have it together, and I haven't always presented myself in the best way, I hope that somebody, when they hear that, then it opens up a little gate in them, or a little key, little lock in them, to where they can say, you know what, this really happened to me one time, and I've never wanted to share this with anybody, but I'll share it with you because you kind of went through the same thing. And that's where the healing comes in. And for me, I get a lot of people get put into my lives for kind of short periods of time, and I was wondering, why didn't that person stick around, And the message that I always get is because they came into my life at a certain point so I could help them heal from some trauma in their past. And then once they have that kind of healing, they can move on and help other people, or they can move on in their lives. And sometimes people get put in my life, and I know that they're going to, or I hope that they're going to be there for like a long time. And I feel like that's a bond. But at the same time, they might not be ready to heal yet. And so, and I have to be patient with that and wait for them to come through it on their own and just be supportive. And so the reason, I want to talk about that with you guys today is because you have that opportunity every day in your life to either be a healer or to be humble and then become a healer. So anyway, I encourage you guys to do that and to look for that. And as always, you know me, right? I don't give you something I can't make tangible. So if there's something that you maybe need some guidance in or direction, or maybe you don't want to necessarily share your story with somebody else that you can't trust yet until you hear it yourself, call me up, 703-786-1539. Or you can reach me on the Buns N' Roses Baking Company website. Send me a text, whatever you want to do, and we'll arrange a time for a call. And I'd love to help you figure out what it is that you can help other people heal with, man, because that's a big gift. Okay? All right, moving on. God shot time. So this week's God shot has a lot to do with humility and helping people out. So I got invited to a speakers conference, and it's in Colorado Springs, and I'm very excited to go there. It's called the Reach Academy, and in this conference they have a thing called a speak off, where 30 people get to get up on stage for 3 minutes and basically give their story, and then a panel of people who book a lot of big stages around the country choose some winners, or maybe get to know you, and then maybe in the future they'll book you for those big events. So for me, that's huge, because I love to be a public speaker and share my story so that I can help heal other people. And the thing is, it costs about $1,000 to enter this certain competition, just for the expenses that it costs to get the panel of people that are going to be there and things like that. And I didn't have that money. And so I said, I'm not going to enter. And I told the people, no, sorry, I can't enter. They're like, but your story's so powerful, you really should think about that. And as I got to thinking about it, and one of my best friends said to me, if you can humble yourself enough and ask for some help, that would, align you with your vision, right? And my vision is to change the way that the world views alcoholics and addicts as a whole, and the way that alcoholics and addicts view their recovery, on what's possible in that. And I thought about them. I'm like, she's totally right. So I did. I put up a GoFundMe page. I said, I need $1,000. Here's why. Here's the story. Most of you guys already know it. And within a week, I had that $1,000. Yeah, fired up for that. So now I get to go and I get to compete in this speak off. And my real hope for this isn't, it's not to become the world's best speaker, because that's not what it's about. But for me, it's the fact that I know that some of these people sitting in that audience can put me on stages that are going to change people's lives that normally might not have got changed. And mostly I'm talking about kids, teenage kids that are going through a lot of struggles. And those are one of the things that I have now made it through, and I really want to tell those kids what's going on. Opiate addiction is the #1 killer of adults between the ages of 25 and 18 right now. And if I can get to some of those 14 and 15-year-old kids before they make that mistake and save their lives, and also the pain that comes from being a parent, losing a kid, and things like that, hey, I'm all about it, right? Okay, let's wrap it up today with Poetry Slam. Oh, man, today's a good one, I'll be honest with you. I just came up with this one this morning, so it's hot off the presses. Okay, here it's going. This one's called Door-to-Door Hope Salesman. That's my new title, by the way, just in case you want to address me on the streets. Okay, 2010, another day of misery, and I look to the sky. Fill my nose with Oxycontin, and I sit and pray to die. Why have all my fathers forsaken me? And why is every mother I know a codependent liability? The bushes, the drugs, alcohol always protected me. But now I lay open and vulnerable, like a 4-year-old with bloody knees on the concrete. Even when I'm the only one in front of you, you don't see me, and I'm going to start to turn blue. Please don't save me. My soul has already been sold. Looking through the bottom of a bottle, alone and forsaken, I was only 15 years old. As the bodies pile higher, I have nowhere to hide. Abortion, overdose, boot parties, no remorse of any part of my life. Is there any hope in this? Or is it just another teenage tragedy? 20 years I suffered on the dark side before I finally started to see. But my pain becomes your healing, now a prophet of justice. I can't change you, but I can promise you now, it's just us. Together is the only solution, one helping another. I don't care how bad you think you are, you're just my sister or my brother. I'll pray over you like the Pope on crack, and I'll love you so hard, you'll have a heart attack. Today I sat in peace, and I looked to the sky, a door-to-door hope salesman, and today I came to help save your life. Woo! Man, that's a good one. I might have to rewrite that so I can read it. All right, you guys. You know what I always say, everybody in my world has value, everybody has worth, everybody is loved, and everybody has purpose. And I hope that I conveyed that in my message to you guys today. And if you don't have all 4 of those things, call me up, 703-786-1539. Send me a text. Shoot me an email on the Buns N' Roses Baking Company website, because I'm here to help. Okay? Well, that's it for this week. I'll see you guys again next week. And remember my 2 favorite things. First one is rock on. Second one is God bless. Take care.